Hi everyone, my name is Kudrat and this year I'm participating in the 2019 O.W.L readathon created by a booktuber called Book Roast here on YouTube. The O.W.L readathon is based on the O.W.L examinations in the Harry Potter series. The O.W.L examinations themselves stand for Ordinary Wizarding Level Tests. And for the purpose of this readathon, there's a corresponding book prompt with every subject taught at Hogwarts, which I'll go through shortly. Officially, the O.W.L readathon starts the 1st of April. I only found out about the O.W.L readathon a few days ago, and it took me a while to decide what books I actually wanted to read. And yeah, so here I am on the 16th of April, sitting in front of you, trying to go for 12 owls within the next 2 weeks. Granted, some of these will be graphic novels to make it more realistic, but that is still 12 books in 2 weeks. Even though I have like a million other things I should be doing. But this seemed like more fun. So yeah, here we go. I decided to go for all 12 owls, so my list is as follows. For Ancient Runes, I'll be reading Witches Abroad. It's a part of the Discworld series, and I've read some of those books before, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this one is about. For Arithmancy, I'll be reading a graphic novel called Lumberjanes. All I know about Lumberjanes is that it's about a few girls who go to camp and supernatural stuff happens. For Astronomy, I finally decided on reading StarBrite. It's about a girl named Zoe and her alien friend called Star. That's it. That's literally all I know. For Care of Magical Creatures, I'll read a graphic novel named Mouse, and it's a groundbreaking novel about the Holocaust, and I'm really curious about this because I've never read any stories of or anything that happened during World War II beyond what we learned in history class. For Charms, the adult book that I'll be reading is a graphic novel called Saga. It's about soldiers, a galactic war, and family. For Defense Against the Dark Arts, I'm reading Red Rising. It's a dystopian novel about a caste system having been put in place where someone from the lowest tier infiltrates the highest tier. Not entirely sure how, but I'm guessing that the caste system is about to be shook. I just remember when I was looking on Goodreads for books to read, I read the description for this book and I just knew that I had to read it. For Divination, I'll be reading The Running Man. It's set in a dystopian future where a totalitarian regime rules. The protagonist decides to join a game show which promises certain death in order to pay for his daughter's medical bills. I'm really curious how this one ends because I quite like reading dystopian books. For Herbology, I'll be reading A Monster Calls. The description promises it to be a book about love, loss, and hope. This is honestly the book I'm most worried about reading. Every review, almost every review at least, I've read promises tears and sadness. And considering the sense I get of the subject matter, namely being dealing with loss and mourning, I'm worried. It's a book that, in my entire list, this is the most out of my comfort zone, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. For History of Magic, I'll be reading the first book in the Harry Potter series, namely Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It's one of the 2 books that I have a paperback copy of, and it's about a boy who goes to magic school. I started reading it a while back and I never really finished it, so I wanted to take this opportunity, especially considering the readathon, to read the entire book and just allow myself to get further in the series. For Muggle studies, I'll be reading I Am the Messenger. All I know about this book is that it's about a guy who gets playing cards with messages on them in his mailbox, and these messages are missions that he decides to carry out. Honestly, it was quite vague what it was about, but that's what I could get from reading half of a review and the description. I'm actually really curious to see what it ends up being about. For potions, the next ingredient is a sequel, and I decided to make that the second book in the Harry Potter series, namely Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Since we already know that the boy goes to magic school, in this one he starts his 2nd year at magic school and wonders why everyone is out to get him. And finally, for Transfiguration, I'll be reading Vicious. All I know about this book is that it's about villains. And that is literally all I know. I started reading the description a few times, but I don't know, for some reason I just couldn't get through it. But I know it comes recommended to me, and I'm curious enough about the concept of the book, so we'll just see how it goes. Overall, this is a real challenge for me, reading 12 books in 2 weeks when I have my classes to worry about, when I have assignments due and thesis and just a few other things that I'm also working on. But I think this is a challenge that I need to do for myself, and it's one of the few things that got me really excited in the past few days. So I'm looking forward to this challenge, to the books that I'm going to be reading. And if you're participating in this readathon, what books are you reading? Have any of you read any of these before? What did you think? I'm very curious to hear what your thoughts are. And thank you guys for watching this video.